Welcome to the latest show of Series Sports Talk. Today I'm going to do my start 'em and sit 'em segment. This video right now, I'll tell you who to start in Week 2 of the Fantasy Football League, and I'll also tell you who to sit, who to stay away from. Alright, so let's start with our starts at quarterback. I think first guy I start, Russell Wilson, who plays San Diego. San Diego gave up 304 yards and 2 touchdowns to Carson Palmer last week. Russell Wilson has just as much, if not more, weapons as Carson Palmer. He's a little bit better at making smart decisions, so he'll have a big week down in San Diego. Look for that. Second quarterback to start, just mentioned him, Carson Palmer. He goes into Jersey, play New York Giants. Giants gave up 346 yards, 2 touchdowns to Matt Stafford. Biggest stat there is he didn't get any picks. Giants did not turn over the ball once against Matt Stafford. Look for a big game from Carson Palmer. For my running back start, Chris Ivory, Chris Johnson, Jets running backs. They play Green Bay. Green Bay gave up a lot of yards to Marshawn Lynch. Their rushing game has not been the best. They're a little bit better at defending the pass. Another start, Sean Moreno. A lot of people don't know if they should start him or not. Always start this guy. He may be ranked as second on the depth chart for whatever reason Joe Philbin wants to say, but he gets more looks, he gets more touches than Lamar Miller, and he's a much better running back. Look at him, especially this week against Buffalo. Buffalo is a very good pass defense. The rush defense is also good, but not as good. So look for the Dolphins to try to run the ball a lot more, especially in the red zone. The starters for wide receivers, look at Kendall Wright. He's Jake Locker's favorite target. Playing against Dallas. Dallas defense gave up a lot of points to every person that played for San Francisco last week. So look for Kendall Wright. Also look at Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb against the Jets. The secondary is not very good, and I think Aaron Rodgers will be able to exploit that. So look for Jordy Nelson especially to have a bounce back week. A lot better than he did against Seattle. For tight end, look at Zach Ertz versus Indianapolis. Indy's got a decent secondary, not too good at the linebacker position, especially in coverage. And they got big injury with Roger Mathis, so their pass rushers come a lot from the linebackers. So look at Zach Ertz to have big time matchup issues. Not issues. The opposite issues. Look for Indianapolis to have issues against Zach Ertz. Last week, Indy gave up 3 touchdowns to Julius Thomas. Starters for the defense. Start Texans D versus Oakland. Jets defense is very good against Oakland. Picked off Derek Carr. Derek Carr, rookie quarterback. Still learning systems. Still adjusting to the NFL play. The level of play in the NFL is a lot higher than college. So while he's looking to adjust to it, pick up the defense that they're playing. This week happens to be Houston, who had a big game against Washington last week. Look for a couple defensive touchdowns. Last one for starter for kicker, I'm saying start Cody Parkey against Indianapolis. Guy took the job from Alex Henry, Eagles kicker. He did pretty good in preseason and pretty good week 1. Look for him to keep it rolling into week 2 against Indianapolis. Alright, now for my sits, guys you want to stay away from. If you have them, they should probably be on your bench. Number 1 is RG3. I think he's going to have a rough day in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a very underrated defense. I think they can really get to RG3 fast. They can put pressure on him, maybe turn the ball over a couple of times. Number 2 quarterback to sit, Jay Cutler. He's got a big offense this year, a lot of weapons. However, I think he's going to struggle a lot in San Francisco. And although his team may win, they might might rely more on the rushing game than on the passing game. So beware of Jay Cutler. For running backs, stay away from Shane Vereen. Minnesota has a quietly good rush defense, and their pass defense isn't nearly as good. Look for Tom Brady to try to exploit the pass defense against Minnesota, so watch out for Shane Vereen. Might not get a lot of touches. Second running back, Joique Bell, also include Reggie Bush in that one. They play Carolina. If you are a Doug Martin owner, you know too well that Carolina gave up 0 points to Doug Martin, who was supposed to have a good breakout third year. He got 0 points against Carolina. So you sit Joique Bell as well as Reggie Bush. Wide receivers, you sit Keenan Allen. He plays Seattle. That's reason enough to sit him. Also, he didn't play that well against Arizona. Granted, he was matched up against Patrick Peterson, but Seattle has good cornerback too. So you're gonna sit Keenan Allen, no matter how much you want to play him. Also sit Sammy Watkins. Rookies are never very consistent, and he's got a tough matchup this week against Miami. Miami's got really good pass defense. Defends Tom Brady and his offense really good in week 1. So you're going to sit Sammy Watkins. Tight end to sit is Heath Miller versus Baltimore. He plays in the Thursday night game. That should be reason enough to sit your tight end. I always don't like playing guys in Thursday night game unless I have to. Against Baltimore, it's going to be a close game because it's an AFC North rivalry game. One of the biggest rivalries in football. They're going to hit hard. They're going to hit often, frequently. And Roethlisberger's not going to do too good. So, by the transverse property, Heath Miller's not going to do too good either. The defense to sit this week is the Vikings defense. I know they got 20 points in week 1, but look for New England to try to bounce back from a week 1 loss and try to put up as many points they can on Vikings. So they might be scary if you're trying to play them. Don't be swayed by the 20 points they put up in week 1. It was against the Rams, not the Patriots. The kicker to stay away from the sit, I'm going to go with Phil Dawson. If you look at my game picks, you see that I have the 49ers only getting 2 touchdowns. There's only 2 points for a kicker. So I think he's going to be the lowest scoring kicker. Also, if he misses a field goal, which he may against the Bears, takes a long shot, San Fran, winds are unsteady. Maybe he misses a field goal, it's only 1 point. So I think Phil Dawson's going to be the guy to look out for. That's it for my starters or sit-ems. If you have any questions about guys on your team, feel free to message me on Facebook. You can post it on the Series Sports Talk page. Ask me on Twitter, although I don't answer that as frequently as I do with Facebook. Or even comment on YouTube. I'll get back to you. That's it for today. Check out my other videos, like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, and good luck with your fantasy team.